Hi there, students in Integrated Math 2. This is Mr. Wee, and I just want to go over a problem in 1-9, perfect squares. I feel like the first guide to practice is the one that you're probably going to need the most instruction on in terms of just getting you ready for the other problems, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is it's called recognizing factoring perfect square trinomials. So a perfect square trinomial would be this. Well, you don't know it's a perfect square yet, but it's a trinomial, okay? It has three terms. Has a term that has a variable squared, like 4y squared. Then it has a second term with just a single variable, and then one term that's just like a constant, meaning that there's no variable that you plug in. Okay, it's always going to be 9. Okay, okay. So we're going to go through actually the first problem. My kind of thinking is that if you're patient enough to listen to this video, then you get the benefit of actually having one of your homework problems done. It's just you have to listen to it, okay? You can already tell I kind of tried recording this earlier, okay? So basically what you do is you're just going to write 9y squared plus 24, let me see, and then plus 16, then we'll shift over here. 24y. So the question that I have to ask you is like you have to develop the sense of intuition to recognize that maybe these guys over here kind of look suspicious, 9y squared and 16, because essentially they both have perfect squares, right? As in, I could take the square root of 9y squared and get a whole number, right? It would be actually 3y squared, right? And then the other thing that we're gonna look at is 16. Can I take the square root of 16 and get a whole number? Yeah, I can. It'd be 4 squared. Okay. But the thing is, the thing that makes this different from what we've seen before is that what we've seen before, it would be like 9 y squared minus 16, and then that'd be called the difference of squares, where we take the square roots. Like 4 squared, and then you notice that there's a minus sign here, right? And then you would know that it'd be, the rule would be you take the square roots and then you add them together in one term, and then the other term would be you'd subtract them out, or you'd subtract them, right? And then you know that if I FOIL this, I can get this. That's just general rule. This is different. This is where we give you the trinomial. It's not factored, like, it actually has a middle term, okay? So it's going to be a little bit different from what we see here. The key is the first step was I had to recognize if these were perfect squares at the end, but in the middle here, the rule is if let's see, if the middle term is actually 2 times one root, like one of the roots would be 3y, times the other root, then you have a perfect square trinomial. And I'll show you what a perfect square trinomial looks like, okay? So right now, is 24y equal to 2 times 3y times 4? Do they match, okay? So let's figure this out. What is 2 times 3y times 4? 2 times 3y, I'll go step by step. 2 times 3y is 6y. And then 6y times 4, or like in parentheses 4, doesn't really matter. 4 times 6 would be 24y. Do these match? So my second step, this was my second step. Yes, if they match, you have what's called a perfect square trinomial, meaning this. This is all you have to do for a perfect square trinomial. You just take the two terms, 3y and the 4, and you create two different terms, like two different parenthetical terms under parentheses, having 3y added to 4. Unlike before, I had 3y plus 4 minus 4, right? This one is the opposite, where you have 3y plus 4 times 3y plus 4. In fact, if these terms are similar, this is equivalent to essentially just saying this. 3y plus 4, this whole term, squared, okay? Because it means that I took two of these terms and just multiplied them together. Like 2, because of the exponent 2. So I literally just took these guys and then just multiplied them together. It's like saying 4 squared is equal to 4 times 4, right? It's the same kind of concept. 4 times 4, the same thing as saying that is 4 squared. 3y plus 4 times 3y plus 4 is 3y plus 4 squared, okay? So that's what we call a perfect, this is a perfect square trinomial, because essentially if I unfoiled it and I went backwards and I factored it out, it would just be two guys that are perfect square roots of some other numbers here, like 9y squared plus 16, and just squared, okay? Two terms squared. Okay, all right, guys, that's all I have. All right, have a good day. Bye.